Hi friends! Today we are setting up my bullet journal for the month of October using the Haunted Harvest wide washi tape from the washi tape shop. My name is Torey if you're new here, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. So I am also going to be using the Pigma Microns in 005, 05, and the Tombow 990 dual brush pen. I have one stamp set pulled out from Ink by Jang. I don't think this one is available anymore. I haven't seen this Etsy shop in a long while, so I'm not sure that they're still actively selling. I will double check if it is though and link it in the description box if I am able to find it. For my setup this month, because it is October and I generally participate in October Daily, I wanted my setup to be as simple as possible. So generally when I am trying to keep things super simple, I usually tend to stick with washi tapes or very simple doodles or something like that. And since I had this very seasonal washi tape from the washi tape shop, I figured I would just go for it and make a simple theme. So really the only thing I am doing is stamping out October. I use this stamp set for my days of the week names and also my habit tracker. And then everything else is just going to be line work with my pens and washi tape stickers. So it comes together quite quickly. At the time of me finishing recording, I believe I had about 45 minutes of footage, which usually does not happen. Normally I have about an hour and a half to 3 hours of footage, depending on how complex my theme is. So I was quite happy with how not long of a time it took for me to do this setup. So I placed down 3 of the house stickers from the washi stickers and felt like it was a little bit empty. So I scrolled through my my washi tape set and found a bunch of individual star stickers as well. So I pulled those off and I'm going to lay those around my houses and then just grab my smallest Pigma Micron, the 005, and add a few sparkles. I will just add some dots as well, but I'm going to pull out my 05 for that one because it is easier to add dots with a bigger nib sized pen. And that's it for my cover page. And we will be moving right along to my monthly calendar, this month page. I generally call it a this month page because I don't like repeating October on my calendar when I just had it on my cover page. I am going to be doing 2 calendars for this month. Since I will be doing October Daily, I figured it would be easier to have a separate calendar for any of the content that I will be putting out than to be combining everything into the one calendar. So the right hand side of my calendar spread will be my content calendar, and the left hand side will just say this month, and that one will hold all of my personal life items. There is a lot of lines and a lot of numbers and stamping in this particular spread. So I have sped this up quite a bit, but essentially it's just going to be a basic calendar. Since I was aiming to keep this as simple as possible, instead of trying to figure out before I drew my calendars the days that are not included in the month, I just drew all of the boxes, and I am going to be doing a grid type pattern with my Tombow dual brush pen just to block out the days that are not actually a part of October. Once I'm finished blocking out all of my non-applicable boxes, I will then go in and highlight the very first line of each of my calendar days so that I can write in the day of the month on each square. And now is the time for decoration. I'm going to pull back out my washi tape stickers here, and I'm going to select 2 pumpkins to place next to this month. And then I think I select like a little like mum bush or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what this is, like what plant it's supposed to be, but it was super cute and I really liked it for next to my content. I did struggle a little bit after this to find something to put in the remaining space up by my titles, but I do find some individual leaves and I will sprinkle those throughout the rest of the top of my titles to kind of look as if they're being blown by the wind. I'm not sure if I achieved that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, but I do like the way that it looks. So I did kind of like a curved motion with the leaves, like I said, to kind of give it the look that it was being blown by the wind. But I'm not 100% sure if I actually achieved that. Moving right along, we will next be doing my orders and my currently page, and I am once again keeping these quite simple. I don't think I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I am using the typewriter alphabet stamp set from Notebook Therapy in order to do all of my titles for each page. So the ones that I wouldn't find on that regular monthly stamp set that I have from Ink by Jang. So I'm just using these letter alphabets to stamp out each of the letters for my titles. This stamp set, I'm not 100% sure if it is in stock, but if it is, I will check on that and link it in the description box as well. So for my orders page, I will cover the almost whole bottom half of this page with washi tape stickers. And then for my currentlies, I just did very simple lines to break up the page so that I can document any books that I've read for the month of October, any shows or movies that I watched, and any games that I am playing. I really love this little ghost sticker, so I wanted to stick that over on my currentlies page because that's usually one of my favorite pages at the end of the month. And then I am using a pumpkin house to place underneath my orders page. I'm also going to pull out one of the actual like letterings or kind of like poems or something, I don't know, quotes or something that's on here, and put that on next to that pumpkin. And then I am just going to use another tree that looks just like a house as well, but one that didn't have a moon on it because I didn't want there to be multiple moons in like my kind of like neighborhood of pumpkin and tree houses, if that makes sense. And then I think that we might be close to being done here on this page as well. I'm also just going to pop in a couple stars and sparkles just with my regular pen, just to fill in a little bit of the blank space before we flip over and start working on my habit tracker and a new page that I am going to be doing in my bullet journal this month. Normally, I do a habit tracker and a mood tracker side by side, but I haven't really been wanting to fill in a mood tracker lately. So I decided that I'm going to change that out and do a weekly recap page. So for this first page that I'm drawing the line on right now, this is just going to be my habits, but I will come back and do that page after I finish most of the lines on this page that I'm on right now. And this is going to be, like I said, my weekly recap page. So I am drawing 5 horizontal boxes across my page, and I will also stamp the days of the week that are included in that week. And at the end of the month, or at the end of each week, essentially, I will come in and plan to write some successful or good things that happened for that week. I do tend to be a little bit negative in my journaling, especially in like my daily journal that I don't really share online that much. So I figured that maybe I could add some space into my bullet journal that I can use to talk about some things that I was successful at, things that made me happy, things that I did that I enjoyed, and stuff like that, which I do put in my daily journal as well, but I do also complain quite a bit in my daily journal. So I wanted to have a space that just had a little bit of positiveness in it without any of the overwhelming negative pages that I might come across in my daily journal. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just wanted to remember some of the positive things for each week, because when I do come back and go into my daily journal or come back and revisit my pages, I tend to overlook the more positive things that have happened. So I think if I take the time to actually write them out, they will come to the forefront of my mind a lot quicker, if that makes sense. So I've basically just drawn a lot of lines, stamped out the dates, and then we will move right back over to my habits page to get my habit trackers done as well. I will also be adding an extra habit tracker this month. I'll be doing all of the same habit trackers that I normally do, which is taking my long-acting insulin, reading, going into my bullet journal, not spending any money, and then I'm adding a 5th one for my October daily project. I figured that would be a good way for me to kind of stay on top of whether or not I've done the thing for that day. So I'm going to add that in there. And then that leaves me a nice little kind of corner opening at the bottom of my habits page that I will use for some decoration. Still keeping things simple, I'm just going to be placing 2 washi stickers over on my habits page, and then I'm going to go through my roll of the pre-cut stickers, and I'm going to pull out 5 of the smaller stickers that are on this washi tape so that I can stick those at the end or the right side of my weekly recap boxes, just to bring a little bit of fun and joy to this page as well. This ghost coffee cup is probably one of my most favorite little washi stickers on this whole sticker set. Actually, honestly, all of the ones that I chose for these 2 pages I love so much. I had pulled out this moon, but it was a little bit too big for my recap boxes, so I'm just going to stick that right next to my little house on the habits page. And that is it. Once I get this the days of the week highlighted on my habits tracker, I'm done with my setup for this month. I would love to know your thoughts on this setup down in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.